Hi, this is Kelly from paperbeadrollers.com. Now, when you first start rolling paper beads, you make these beautiful, big, chunky beads, and it's awesome. But it's not long before you start wanting to make very tiny little micro beads, like the size of seed beads. Well, those are a bit trickier. So in this video, I'm going to give you measurements for two different styles of micro paper beads. And because it's trickier, I'm going to show you some tips for how to make them come out looking great. Let's get started. To make microbeads, you need the green paper bead roller from paperbeadrollers.com. Now this is the smallest size we make. Some white glue, bead glaze. I'm going to use triple thick from DecoArts. A paintbrush with a very small and short tip on it. Some toothpicks. And you'll need the tools for cutting your strips, whether you use scissors, a cutting board, or a cutting machine. And of course, paper. Now I'm using 65-pound cardstock for this tutorial. Remember that your bead will look slightly different if you use thicker or thinner paper. We'll roll two shapes of microbeads in this video. First, we'll do the micro saucer bead, which is the flatter of the two. Then we'll do a version that's a bit more round. Here's the strip for the micro saucer bead. Now this strip is just over 1/8 inch at the wide end and tapers down to nothing at the 3-inch mark. Now this is the strip for the micro round bead. Now it looks just like the saucer bead at first glance, but it's not. The widest point of this strip is just over 1/8, which is the same as the saucer version. But at the 3-inch mark, the width of this bead is 1/16. So it tapers from 1/8 inch to 1/16, and then from 1/16 to a point. Barely recognizable from the visible eye, but it does make a difference in the final shape of your bead. Now, if you find it hard to get these measurements on your own, you can purchase the Microbead Digital Template Pack at paperbeadrollers.com. It includes files for any cutting machine that takes SVGs, and it has PDF files that you can print directly onto your paper and then cut out. First, we'll roll the micro saucer bead. Now, you might think that rolling a smaller bead would be faster, but that's not true. This strip is so tiny that you need to go slow and careful in order for it to look good. Start by putting the wide end of the strip into the slot on the green paper bead roller. Begin to roll, keeping the strip centered. Now, personally, I have to roll much more slowly for these beads than for larger beads. I normally say that you can straighten up the layers after you're done rolling, and to a point you can, but I found that micro beads are not as forgiving as the larger beads, and so rolling it right the first time is the key to getting very nicely shaped micro beads. Now, when you reach the end, add a very tiny amount of glue to the tip of the strip. Now, slide the bead off the roller. Hold it between your first finger and thumb, kind of in the soft padded area, and press together a few times. This is going to help align the strips and give a nice smooth shape to the outside of your bead. Now let's do the micro round bead. It's the same process as the saucer shaped bead. With this strip, the end is going to come up faster than you're used to, so go slow and watch for it. Add the glue to the tip. I like using these Elmer's glue pens for this because it gives me good control over exactly how much glue is coming out, and you can purchase these at paperbeadrollers.com. And again, press between your first finger and thumb to help shape the bead. Now let's glaze these micro beads. I'm going to use DecoArts Triple Thick Glaze. You need a very small tipped paintbrush for this so that you can cover the beads without getting glaze all over the toothpick. When these small beads get glazed to the wood, it is very difficult to get them off without ruining them. Put your beads onto the toothpicks, being careful not to change their shape as you push them down. You can always fix them if they get a little bit out of shape. 1 or 2 coats of glaze should do it. And you can put the toothpick into a foam block for the glaze to dry. Now that you have these very tiny beads, you can use them like you would use seed beads. They make a great accent to larger beads, or they hold their own as the focal point of a piece. Please like, subscribe, and share this video, and check out the other paper bead and jewelry tutorials on my channel. See you next time!